Have you ever stopped to think that the money in your pocket is just a piece of paper? No, this isn't the start of a conspiracy theory. This is the story of the world's greatest illusion of debt. Most of us wonder why the US dollar is the world leader. We usually settle for because America is powerful, but the truth is much darker. The dollar's kingdom wasn't a victory for the free market. It was the product of a secret handshake made in smoke-filled rooms with desert kings. We call this the Petrodollar System. It is the secret formula that allows America to print money out of thin air and maintain its own prosperity while drowning the rest of the world in debt. Today, the pillars of that supposedly untouchable system are cracking. If you're ready, we're stepping into the room no one ever told you about. To understand the story, we have to go back to 1944, to Bretton Woods. Back then, everything was clear. The dollar was pegged to gold. "Bring me $35 and I'll give you 1 ounce of gold," said America. Trust was absolute. But in the 1960s, America started spending a bit too much. Between the Vietnam War and domestic spending, the printing presses never stopped. France got suspicious. "Take your dollars back and give me my gold," they said. As others lined up, America's gold reserves began to dry up. In 1971, President Nixon went on television and announced his famous temporary decision: "We are no longer exchanging dollars for gold." That day, the dollar turned into just a piece of paper. The world was in shock. The question, "If there's no gold, why use the dollar?" echoed everywhere. The system was on the verge of collapse. Right in the middle of that chaos, Washington made a brilliant but ruthless plan. Gold was gone, but the world didn't need gold. It needed blood. Black gold. In 1973, the oil crisis hit the world. Gas lines darkened cities. Everyone realized just how much power energy held. Henry Kissinger quietly flew to Saudi Arabia. The bargain he struck was actually very simple. "You," Kissinger said, "will sell all your oil worldwide only in dollars." Does Japan want to buy it? They find dollars. Germany? They find dollars. In return, we will protect you from any enemy, sell you our most advanced weapons, and with the United States will guarantee the survival of your kingdom. Then, they added the recycling clause. The Saudis would deposit those massive piles of dollars into American banks and buy American debt treasury bonds. In other words, the money wouldn't stay in the desert. It would flow back into the veins of New York. This secret deal, struck in 1974, is the true birth certificate of the American empire. From then on, the dollar was backed not by gold, but by oil and the American military. This system gave America an exorbitant privilege. America could borrow and borrow without ever going bankrupt, because the world had to buy those dollars and hold them just to purchase oil. But this system wasn't just a trade agreement, it was a weapon. What happened when a country tried to break this rule? Let's remember, in 2000, Saddam Hussein said, "I will now sell oil in euros." 3 years later, Iraq was invaded. Gaddafi dreamed of a gold dinar for Africa. He died under NATO bombs in 2011. Iran has been trying to bypass this system for years, and is suffocating under endless sanctions. If you look at the official statements, it's always about democracy and security. But if you look behind the curtain, you see the same fear. Anyone who touches the petrodollar touches America's jugular vein. So, will this last forever? No. Today, the fortress of the petrodollar is shaking. China is buying oil with its own currency. Russia abandoned the dollar after being excluded from the system. And do you know what the worst part is? Saudi Arabia, the original partner of the deal, now says, "We might accept other currencies too." This is an existential threat to America. If oil detaches from the dollar, America will no longer be able to use that unlimited credit card. The inflation it printed and spread across the world will come back like a boomerang. I'm telling you this, because money is never just money. It is political, it is power, and it is often a trap. The value of your savings, the future of your children, even the price of the gas you buy, all of it is determined by deals made in dark rooms you will never enter. In 1974, a handshake changed the world. Now, that handshake is coming apart. History teaches us this. Empires don't collapse overnight, but when their currency loses its reputation, the end is near. Believing the dollar is eternal is like believing the Titanic could never sink. Here, we don't talk about the wreck. We talk about the icebergs that created it. If this new perspective added something to your life, join us. Subscribe and follow the truth with us. Because you can only be truly free when you understand how you are being governed. You are watching Ruins of History. Stay with the truth.